Yo brolies, what's up? This video is a little bit different, as you can tell. We're going to do a spontaneous unboxing experience of two products from Mountain, and I just want to give you a different format or perspective when it comes to doing product unboxes like this, and I hope I will be able to pull this off. With that being said, let's get into it. So right here we have the packaging for the Mountain MacroPad and DisplayPad. Let's start with the MacroPad. Full disclaimer, this is not a sponsored video, but Good Game PH sent these two products for me to check out and give you my honest thoughts. So right here we have the packaging. We have an image preview in front as well as the model name, and then flipping it on this side we have the package contents as well as the specifications, and then turning it all over at the bottom we have more of its key features. So as you can see, the packaging is pretty premium, much like the Mountain Everest Max that we've reviewed I think last year. So upon removing the slide type packaging, we have the main packaging right here with a Reach Your Summit slogan. So upon opening the box, the first thing that you'll notice is the package contents, but we also have a personal note here from the founder of Mountain, Mr. Tobias Brinkman. And then after that, we have the package contents right here. I'm just going to take them out all at once right here, and then I'll show them to you one by one later, okay? There you go. As you can tell, we have a good amount of foam padding here to protect the package contents. By the way, I almost missed this. We also have the quick start guide right here, as well as a set of Mountain stickers. So again, the package and the unboxing experience is pretty good coming from the Mountain brand. So inside the packaging, we have the pretty robust base right here. I think this is made out of combination of plastic and metal. And then underneath we have a non-slip base so that you can keep this thing stay in place. It is actually pretty heavy. I'm going to get my weighing scale so that you can have an idea about its actual weight. Alright, so hello. Okay, so this one weighs around 414 grams, and then the MacroPad itself weighs around 119 grams. Together they weigh, let's see, around 533.5 grams. So pretty hefty, almost as heavy as a normal pre-built keyboard. So inside the packaging we have a braided cable, USB type A to type C cable with a Velcro strap, and the length, I'm not sure exactly how long, but it looks like it is quite substantial to route at the back of your PC towards your main desk. Okay, so aside from that, we also have a switch and keycap puller, metal, which is pretty awesome. Pretty decent quality as well. Looks like a CIY branded keycap and switch puller right here. So let's take a look at the Mountain MacroPad. So this is a standalone unit. You don't need the Mountain Everest and Mountain Everest Max to be able to use this. You can use this as a on its own as a standalone unit. So this one is the MacroPad, and the difference of this compared to the DisplayPad is that it is a normal mechanical keyboard switch. So what we have here looks like is a tactile switch. We have M1 to M12, so we have 12 keys in total, and I believe this is hot swappable given that we have a switch and keycap puller right here. So let me just put the stand right here and open or pull out one of the switches right here. So it looks like what we have here is a blue switch, but it is actually a tactile switch and not clicky. Very interesting to say the least. So let's remove one of the switch right here and take a look at that closer. So apparently what we have here is a blue switch made by Mountain. Blue switch but not clicky. Again, this is just a tactile switch, and it is a legitimate mechanical keyboard switch with 3 pins, including the shaft or the cavity for the stem. So we also have a concave shape for the diffusion or the magnification of these SMD LEDs that you can see on these hot swappable sockets. So again, hot swappable sockets with north facing orientation. So I believe this one is made out of aluminum, but I'm not entirely sure. I have to double check that. But definitely the bottom case is made out of hard plastic material. So I'm just going to put the switch back right here, and let's do a quick parts overview on the Mountain MacroPad. So again, we have 12 keys with tactile blue mountain switch. We have a brushed aluminum finish right here, and flipping it on the side, we have a couple of rubber pads so that you can stick it in on the base plate. And then right here we have some of the technical details like the power rating and certifications. And then right here we have the USB Type-C port as well as a mountain logo at the back. So to mount it on the base, all you have to do is slide it in like so, and you're pretty much good to go. Of course, you have to plug in the USB Type-C cable to your PC. So that's essentially it when it comes to the mountain MacroPad. Now let's take a look at the mountain DisplayPad. So the packaging for the mountain DisplayPad is pretty much identical to the MacroPad, except for the image preview, obviously, because this is a different product. We have an image preview here in front, the model name, the package contents here, and then the specifications. And then again, here at the back, we have more of its key features. Now, let's take a look at the key features real quick before we unbox this one, because I think we've just breezed through these specifications right here, and we can have a quick comparison. So again, the difference is that the MacroPad is only a standard mechanical or a regular mechanical switch, whereas the DisplayPad, of course, is much like the Elgato Stream Deck with customizable display where you can put your own icons. They both have custom stand, flexible mounting options. The DisplayPad, of course, supports GIF, JPEG, PNG, bitmap image files, while the MacroPad has hot swappable mounting switches. So obviously, the DisplayPad doesn't have hot swappable mechanical keyboard switch. So that's one of the main key difference of these two. So both of them also have removable USB Type-C cable, as well as a software, which is the Basecamp software. The MacroPad supports RGB lighting, and of course, the DisplayPad supports customizable images. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and unbox the mountain DisplayPad. Again, the packaging is pretty much identical. We have the same package contents, I believe, maybe without the switch and keycap puller. There you go. And of course, completely different form factor, completely different design when it comes to the switches. Again, we have our quick start guide, and then of course our set of stickers here on the hidden envelope. So there you go. So again, the quality is pretty good, no problems there. Let's take a look at the product. Again, we have our robust base plate, our USB Type-C to Type-A braided cable with a Velcro strap, and of course our our mountain DisplayPad right here. So yeah, pretty much the difference is just the MacroPad has mechanical switches, while the DisplayPad has customizable clicky buttons. So let's go ahead and check that out. Let me just remove this one. Whew, satisfying every time. Okay, so it looks like it shares the same characteristic of the customizable MacroPad on the Mountain Everest Max, as well as of course the Elgato Stream Deck. It is clicky with a good amount of tactile feedback, but not so much when it comes to travel distance. So it doesn't feel like the typical mechanical keyboard switch, of course. It feels like a button because it is. So yeah, let me go ahead and plug this in so that we can have a look when it comes to the feature of the DisplayPad. Let's see how it looks on first boot up. Okay, we have the mountain logo, and then after that, boom, just a single button that opens up the mountain.gg start website. That's actually pretty cool. So right here we have the Basecamp software. So let's go ahead and click the customize button under the DisplayPad. So right here we have our profiles. So you can create multiple profiles here. You can duplicate profiles, reset to default, and you can also launch the profile depending on which program is running, which is pretty much the same as the Mountain Everest Max customizable numpad. Aside from that, we also have the key binding, wherein you can change a keys function to a different one. Pretty much you can customize all of the 12 keys using this setting. So you can disable a keys function. You can also create folder, OS commands, run browser, run program, open folder. You get the idea. You have a bunch of different options here. I'm not sure how it compares with the flexibility of the Elgato Stream Deck, but I'll probably just compare that on a separate video since this is just an unboxing and features overview. But I'm trying my best to give you all the information that I can provide in this particular video. So aside from that, you can also sync across profiles, and you can also change a key's image using this option. So we have the default right here, and we also have a bunch of different presets between these popular applications like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve, and others. You can also upload your own image depending on your preference. So the possibilities are endless when it comes to customizing the look and display of these keys. Aside from that, we also have our macro recordings, which is very important as well to fully take advantage of these 12 customizable keys. Aside from that, we also have the settings. You can also adjust the sleep mode, brightness, lock screen display, reset to factory default, and other settings here. So hopefully this software is not buggy. Unfortunately, I can't provide you with feedback about that because this is the first time that we're taking a look at the software, but hopefully this is not buggy compared to my experience before with the Mountain Everest Max. Other than that, a pretty powerful software, very intuitive and easy to use. And like I said, I can't compare this with the Elgato Stream Deck's flexibility when it comes to the available customizable options, but I'll do that on a separate video probably in the future. Oh, by the way, before we forget, let's try the MacroPad because of course it has a different functionality compared to the DisplayPad. I almost forgot about that. Okay, so the MacroPad, as you can tell, features RGB lighting thanks to the SMD or surface mounted LEDs and the standard mechanical keyboard switches. So unlike the DisplayPad, you will just rely on memorizing the functionalities that you set on these 12 macro keys. So let's go ahead and take a look at the settings for the Mountain MacroPad. Alright, so right here we have the settings for the Mountain MacroPad. So we have also our profile, same available options here. But we have a separate lighting tab right here because you can customize the lighting effects of the mechanical keyboard switch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different lighting effects and an off. You can switch or you can adjust the speed, backlight, or brightness. You can also do single color, dual color, or rainbow, change direction, and so on and so forth. We also have the key binding, wherein you can customize the key function, pretty much the same as the DisplayPad, just without the customizable image when it comes to the actual keys. You can also sync profiles. So we also have the macro and the settings. So essentially, pretty much the same as the DisplayPad. The only difference is that we have a dedicated lighting tab, as well as we don't have the display customization for the keys. So other than that, it is a very powerful software and customizable software if you're into using a MacroPad or a highly customizable DisplayPad like this. So that's about it when it comes to this video, guys. Again, this is just a quick unboxing and features overview, and hopefully you get a thing or two when it comes to the available features, options, and hopefully you can imagine the things that you can do with either the Mountain MacroPad or the Mountain DisplayPad. Personally, I still prefer the Mountain DisplayPad because it has more options and it is easier to use compared to memorizing the MacroPads. So yeah, huge thanks by the way to Good Game for providing the Mountain MacroPad and DisplayPad for us to check out in this spontaneous unboxing experience. Also, let me know in the comments below what you think about this new format. It is very nerve-wracking for me because I'm not used to talking to the camera, especially without a script, but hopefully I was able to provide you a genuine unboxing experience when it comes to these products. And again, let me know in the comments below when it comes to your feedback about this new format. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you like this, and see you next time. Have a great day, guys. You're always awesome.